couple days ago, Avatar Fire and Ash released, and I watched it, and yeah. So the first two Avatar movies, I'm not the biggest fan of. They're fine. They have fine action, fine characters, fine story. They're nothing to write home about. They're highly overrated, and the biggest part that people say is like the best thing about it, the CGI. I don't think is anything special. I've seen much better CGI in stuff like Pirates of the Caribbean and Transformers. Um, Even some Marvel movies like Iron Man, and other ones. The the CGI in these aren't really anything to write home about. I really don't like the way the um Navi look. It's just weird looking. But the first one I thought was fine. The biggest thing I like about it is Sam Worthington as Jake Sully. I think that Sam Worthington is a really good actor, an underrated actor, and the best part about these movies is that he is the main character and he gets something to do, and I like that. Um, the second one was a little bit better, I would say, um, but still nothing to write home about. And it was both of them were hard to get through because of the 3 hour runtime, and that sticks with Fire and Ash. These movies have no need to be this long. I would say 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 2:30, not an extra hour put onto that. But there are three. Just so we're clear, there are 3 hour movies that I could watch on repeat, and they go by like that. Avengers Endgame, um, Batman vs Superman, The Batman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is 4 hours. I feel goes by quicker than the Avatar movies. Um, I do not like the Avatar movies. I don't really like much of James Cameron's movies. Um, well, I shouldn't say that. I think they're all fine, but he's very overrated. And Fire and Ash is yet another movie that is going to be overrated. The visuals are going to be the biggest thing that people say is like, oh, you have to watch it for this. I've seen better visuals, as I said, so I don't really get the hype. But then the story is kind of redoing stuff that's already happened. And Jay Sully in this one is a little bit less front and center. They focus more on Weaver's character, and um, Spider, and heck, even the bad guy, who I did say when he came back in the second one, that is a very stupid idea of them having this thing where, oh, if you upload your memories and then you die, we just make a new body for you, put you in that, and boom, you're back. That's kind of stupid, and it kind of shows that there is no like stakes in this. Now, I do know that the son of Jake Sully, died in the last one, and um, obviously he's not gonna be coming back. But at the same time, like they introduced that thing, so it's like it's just so like if Jake Sully dies and they if they do that like off screen or something, they could just be like, oh, he did it. Look at, he's back. But anyway, Sigourney Weaver's character I feel is really weird, and mostly from the fact that I don't know why you have her playing a teenager. Obviously, like the motion capture and everything makes her look like a teenager and stuff, but like her voice just sounds really weird on the like teenager body, and I get what they're going for, but still. But they did do some interesting stuff with her character. And they did some interesting stuff with Spider's character. The new villains, the Fire Clan, weren't a big part of it, and they weren't my favorite. They were fine. They were led by Varang, who is a new Avatar, and I'm not the biggest fan of her character either. but her relationship with what's his name, Korich, was fine. I think what they do with Natiri is kind of good as well, where over the course of the movie she learns to accept Spider more than she did in Waywater. And then Jake's Sully, they do interesting stuff with his character. He I wish that they did more with him, and even though he's got some of it, I wish that they made him like a full-on angry character after his son died. And like the course of the movie, he has to like is like him accepting it, but I wish that he was just like pure anger for most of it. I think that would have worked for his character. But yeah, Avatar Fire and Ash, I don't really have much to say. The action is still fine. The characters are fine. Jake Sully is the only one I would say is great. They do interesting stuff. I kind of hope this is where it ends, even though the way it ends isn't necessarily the greatest ending. I know he has plans for a fourth and fifth one, depending on how much this one does. I'm kind of hoping this one does a little bit more poorly, because I seriously don't want to have the series like keep going for no reason at all. Now, obviously, I could just not watch them, and that would be the smart thing to do. But 3 movies in, I'm at the point where if he has 2 more that he makes, I'll probably just finish the series. Even though like any normal person would probably just stop watching it and be like, yeah, these aren't for me. I'm not gonna watch them. I will not hate watching, but just because like if I start a series, I'm just gonna be like, what? Why not just finish it? But the best part of this movie by far was the Avengers Doomsday trailer. That was my favorite part, and yeah. But Avatar: Fire and Ash, not a bad movie. If you like the other 2, you'll probably like this one. But it is definitely on my lower on the of the year movies. But that means one more movie of the year, and then the movies are done, which is Anaconda, which is actually going to be releasing in a couple of days on Christmas. I'll either see it Christmas or the 26th, depending. So hopefully I'll get a video out on 26th or 27th. And then Mayor Kingstown, which is ending this Sunday, and then I think that's the shows and the movies of the year. And then I'll have a movie ranking, I'll have a TV ranking, I'll have a top 10 TV shows like anticipated next year, top 10 movies, and then obviously there is a show releasing pretty early in January actually, and then there are going to be movies in January, another show in January, and then we'll see from there. One other video, 2 other videos I'm planning on doing. I just kind of came up with one just to let you guys know. Obviously the Avengers Doomsday trailer. The Captain America one was this week. Last week. This week is going to be the Thor one. I'm going to wait until all the trailers are out, and then I'll just make a video talking about my thoughts on each one. And then early January, hopefully I can get it, or maybe I'll make it a video for next week, release it on January 1st or something. I want to do a video on the Marvel like slate of 2026, because I generally do think that it could possibly be one of Marvel's best years, and I kind of just want to talk about it because I do like Marvel, and maybe there's someone out there who wants to hear my thoughts. If not, you don't have to watch it. Don't worry, it's fine. It's just another video, but I do want to talk about Marvel, so that's kind of what's coming up. So I will see you once more this week for Anaconda. I will see you next week for Mayor Kingstown and a whole crap load of stuff. So the next couple weeks will be pretty busy, and that's kind of exciting. So I will see you in a couple days to talk about Jack Black and Paul Rudd.